Hey, welcome to Faith Beyond Limits on the Go, part 2 of our dynamic series on why relationships matter. In the first series, we talked about where the relationships come from. Today, I want to share with you how do you build relationships, because this is a vital question. How do you build relationships? And I'm going to give you a very simple 3-step plan on how you build relationships with other people. First of all, we talked about relationships come from God, and that God is the author and the engineer and the architect of relationships. So how do you build relationships? Number one, you build, and there is 3 C's that I'm going to share with you today, all right? Number 1 is character. Character is described as the person that you are, the invisible person, the person that you are when other people are not watching. So how do you build relationships? Number 1, you want to make sure that you are connecting with character and not just with another person, because everyone that you meet is a carrier of a character. Let me say it again. Everyone that you meet is a carrier of character. So you want to connect with the person's character before you try to connect with the person. Let me explain what I mean by that. Character is something that outlasts emotions, that outlasts impressions, that outlasts a facade. Your character is who you really are. And most relationships don't work because the person's character is unacceptable, and that creates tension in the relationship. I'll talk about that a little bit more in one of the other episodes, but I just wanted to put that in your mind, that you connect with the person's character. So study them in unguarded moments, study them in heated moments when things are not going well. How do they respond to crisis? How do they respond to differences? How do they respond to conflict? And I'm not talking about just in a marriage relationship or with date. I'm talking about anyone at work, wherever you go. If you are going to build relationships with people, I promise you, you are going to discover the character factor right away. Number 2, compatibility. Are we compatible? Here's what the Bible says in Amos. It says, how can two walk together unless they first agree? So how can 2 people get along unless they first agree? You cannot go along with someone until you get along with them. Let me say it again. You can't go along until you get along. So compatibility. Are we compatible? And listen, not everyone that comes into your life is compatible to your life and to your direction. What do I mean by that? I'm trying to simply say you can't keep everyone that you meet, because everyone was not designed to be connected to you. So compatibility matters in relationships. So if you're looking for someone to date, you're looking to marry someone, before you look at beauty, before you look at how cute he is or she is, before you think about this person is a nice person, are we compatible? Are we headed in the same direction? Do we have an affinity for the same things? Is this person outgoing? Is this person, cool? Is this person laid back? If you're someone who's jovial, who's an extrovert, who's a socialite, you may not want to get together with someone who's a complete introvert, don't like to have a social life, because you both are going to frustrate each other. So that's very, very important. The third thing that you want to think about in relationship is not just character, not just compatibility, but competence. What is this person's knowledge level? And when I talk about competence, I'm not talking about do they have a master's degree or a doctorate degree. Are they emotionally intelligent? Are they relationally developed? Are they able to have competence to help you become who you need to be? So remember, how you build relationships is looking at character, looking for compatibility, and also looking for competence. This has been Dr. Phil, your friend on Faith Beyond Limits on the Go, and I trust that you are growing and you're getting better each day in your relationships.
Thanks for sharing this time with us today. We hope you were blessed by the teaching and inspirational time. At Dr. Phil International Ministries, our goal is to present clear biblical teaching and creative programs that will equip, inspire, and propel you into a deeper walk with God. Also, we count on your prayers and financial gifts as partners of this global ministry. Your generous financial gifts make it possible for us to impact more lives for eternity. To help us continue this great work, you can give securely at www.drphilministries.org or on Cash App, $ Dr. Phil Phillips, and on Zelle, jecphil@comcast.net. Or you can write to us at P.O. Box 1873, Lehigh Acres, Florida 33970. P.O. Box 1873, Lehigh Acres, Florida 33970.